Hello and welcome to D-codE. My name is Ebi Matthew and I'm a Frappe developer. Here I am presenting my new video lecture, Library Management Application in Frappe version 15. The library management application is present in Frappe's official documentation tutorial, and in this video lecture we will see how to do step-by-step implementation of library management application in new Frappe version 15. This tutorial is completely for beginner level Frappe developer. I hope that this will help beginner level Frappe developer to create a custom application in Frappe. So here I am starting the course and let's start learning. We can start with Frappe's official documentation. Click on get started and here we can see the tutorial. And in this tutorial, we are going to build a library management application, and this application is used to log and manage day-to-day activities of a library. So we will create some doc types, or we can call it as building models. First one is article, then library member, then different library transactions like return or issue of article, then membership doc type, and a common library settings. So this is the main idea of library management system or library management application. We will start with creating a new bench and create our library management application. Then after that we will create a site to run our application, which will be library.local. And after that we will create all these doc types, 5 doc types. After that we will write code in Python and JavaScript to control different doc types. Then we will also see different types of doc types like single doc type, submittable doc type, and normal doc type. After that we will cover form script, then portal pages. Along with this we will add some additional bonus topics to this course. Let's go to the next step, and here we will start our tutorial by installation of Frappe bench. I have already installed Frappe bench in my system, so I am not covering that topic here. If you haven't installed Frappe bench, don't worry, I had already created an installation guide to install Frappe bench. You can see the installation link in the description of this video. You just follow this link and install Frappe bench. So we will start with checking bench versions. Let's open VS Code, and I'm opening terminal in VS Code. You can check bench version by running this command bench -- version, and here we can see our bench version 5.19.0. If you newly install Frappe bench, you will get the latest bench version here. I got this because I had installed this Frappe bench a few months back. So this is the first step. Next, we will create a Frappe bench directory or a Frappe project. To create a Frappe project, we can run this command bench init, then Frappe bench, then paste it in terminal. I am just changing the project name to library bench. So this will create a new directory in my home folder structure. This will install Frappe from GitHub and install dependence node modules. Then to also build static assets, which is required for running Frappe framework. Okay, now we successfully installed Frappe bench in our system. So let's open bench directory. Frappe bench name is library bench. Click on open. So this is our Frappe project directory. First directory is apps. Here you can see the Frappe apps and essential things to run Frappe module. Then configuration directory is basically contains the configuration file. Environment directory contains Python virtual environment. You can see the packages and all here. And logs are for logging errors. Then site directory contains different sites. So this is the basic directory structure of Frappe bench. Next we will start bench. So let's open terminal, and now we are in library bench directory. We can run the bench using the command bench start. This will start the server, and here you can see the running port and link. Just copy this and add a new tab and paste it here. Click enter. Here we can see a not found error, and we will fix this soon. So let's go to the documentation. So next section is create an application. So we can run the command bench find dot to check whether the directory is Frappe directory or not. So let's copy this command and open terminal, add a new terminal, and this is my library bench directory. So paste it here and enter. So here we can see response bench library bench is a bench directory. So it is officially confirmed we are in a bench directory. Next we can create a library management application. So run this command bench new app library management to create a new app. So I am straightforward running this command. App title, the default one is library management. I am not changing that. App description, let's add app for manage library. Okay, publisher D-codE, app email mail to D-codE at gmail.com. I'm using the default one, just enter. GitHub workflows I'm not creating, so no and enter. Branch name, it's a new feature, we can add branch name here. Default one is develop, so I'm not changing that thing, just enter. So this will create our library management application. So next we will see the directory structure of our application. For that, go to apps. Here we can see our application library management. Just open this, and this is the root directory, and here we can see that application directory library management. In root directory we can see project toml file, then license text and readme files. We are not touching here. Go to library management app, and inside that we can see that library management module, public directory, templates, www directory, and another important file hooks.py. So this is the library management application directory structure. Let's go back to the tutorial. So we successfully created library management application, and saw that directory structure. So next topic is create a site. So let's open from here. To create a new site or a new running instance, we can run the command bench new site, then library.localhost, or we can add any name. So I'm not changing the name, just copy this command and paste it in terminal. Let's clear this, paste it here. So this will create a library.localhost site inside our sites directory. This will require MySQL root password. So this is the password which we set up during the installation of MariaDB. So I'm entering my password, then enter. This will install Frappe first. Frappe by default create an administrator user. So let's enter a password for administrator user, re-enter it, and now we successfully created our site. So let's see the site directory structure. Open sites, and inside this we can see library localhost site. Inside this library localhost we can see private and public directory. In private directory we can see the backup directory, which contains the database backups of this site, and also private files. In public directory only contain public files of that site. Then here we can see a site configuration.json file. This file is mainly contains the configurations for that particular site. Here the database name, password, db type, and db user is here. So this is the directory structure of our site. Now let's see how to access this site in our browser. Right now we can see that not found error. For that let's run this command bench site, then site name, then add to host. I am straightforward running this command. It will ask my password. This password is my machine password, that means your PC password. And now we successfully added our library.localhost site to host. Let's go to that previous bench start terminal. Let's stop this using Control C command. So the bench is stopped. Then start again. Let's open that site. We can open our site using this link, http, then library.localhost, then the port name. Here the port name is different because if you go to terminal and while you're starting the terminal, you can see the port here is 8007 because in my system I had created a lot of sites. So this is my 7th site, so that's why it is showing 8007. So let's change that port number 8000 to 8007 and enter. And now we can see the login window of Frappe. So we successfully created our site and now we can log in. Let's enter the username administrator and password here, then click on login. Sorry, and now we can successfully log in. Let's save this password. So a quick setup wizard is here. Just select English, then I'm not changing country and all. Just click on next. Add a system admin user, add a password here, then click on complete setup. So it shows one invalid email address error. So let's fix this and click on complete. Now we can see our site and we successfully log into that site. So let's log out and again log in using the password, and now we can successfully log in. So this part is done. Next step is installing our library management application into our site. So run this command. I'm opening second terminal, then paste it here, library management, enter. Now we successfully installed our library management application into library.localhost site. If you want to see the list of application which is installed in a particular site, you can run this command, bench site, then site name, list apps. So let's run this command, clear this, then enter. Here we can see two applications are installed in this library.localhost, which are Frappe and library management. We have already completed this setup wizard in previous steps, so I am not focusing on this. Let's see some sites command. First one is console. So to access Python console, we can run this command, bench, then site name, and console. So clear this and run this command. This will open a Python console. Let's do some stuff here. Okay, then 5 plus 4. You can see that Python console is working fine. We can close this using Control D, then yes, and enter. We can exit from Python console. Next one is MariaDB console. To access the MariaDB console, we can run this command, bench, then site name, then MariaDB. Let's open terminal, again clear, paste this command and enter. So now we are in MariaDB. We can run database commands here. Let's run one command, select name from, then tab user, so here we can see in user table we have three names. First one is administrator, and second one is guest, and the third one is the system admin user, which we just create in previous steps. So MariaDB console is working fine. Control D to exit from this MariaDB console. Next command is for taking backup. So to take a database backup, we can run this command, bench, then site name, then backup. Try this command. Hit enter. Okay, it shows successfully backup, and the backup location is site, then that site name, then private, and backups. So let's open that location, site, and this is our library.localhost site, and inside this private directory, here we can see backups, and these are the backups. So first one is the backup file, sql.gz file, and the second one is our site configuration.json file, which contains the DB name, password, and DB type, and that kind of information. So this is the backup command. Next command is bench help, and this is used to list all the commands related to Frappe bench. So let's run the command bench help. Here we can see the list of bench commands with the appropriate description. So you can go through this. let's see what's next. Next topic is create a doc type. Let's go to create a doc type. Then before creating doc type, we should make sure that the developer mode is true or developer mode is enabled. So to enable developer mode, you just copy this command bench set config, then -g developer mode true. Copy and paste it in library bench. Now we successfully set up the developer mode. So to check that, go to site directory and open common site config.json file. Then here you can see developer mode is enabled. So let's restart the bench. Go to the first terminal and press Ctrl C. This will stop and start it again. Now we restarted the bench. Then go to library.localhost, refresh. It is better to log out and log in again after setup that developer mode. So now I am relogin to our site. Let's start creating a doc type. So for that, let's go to that awesome bar and type doc type, then select doc type list. Then here we can see the default doc types present in Frappe, and we can create a new doc type by click on this add doc type button. This will pop up a dialog box. Here you can add the doc type name and module. So let's go back to our documentation. We are going to create our first doc type, and the doc type is name is article. So we are mainly creating article doc type with some fields. First field is article name. It is a data field and it is a mandatory field. Next one is image, and the third field is author. Then a description field, then ISBN number field, a status field which we can use to select issued or available, and a publisher field. So these are the fields. So let's see how we can create these fields and new doc type. Go to the second tab and name the doc type article, and it should be in our library management module. So select library management, then click on create and continue. Here we can see the new doc type UI for Frappe version 15. So let's add a new section and add our fields. Our first field is article name. So select that field type. It should be data. So select data here. Then label is article name. Then it is a mandatory field, so select mandatory. We can also show the preview of this field. So for that, click on show preview. This feature is available in version 15. Now here we can see how that field look like. Then if you want to go back to that previous field creator, then click on hide preview. Let's add another field. It is attach image field, and field name is image. Then next field is author. It is a data field, so select data. Then label author. Next one is a text editor field. So let's select text editor and add label description. Let's add ISBN field. Type is data. ISBN. Another field is status field. It's a select field. So let's select and status. In select field, we should give options. So let's add issued and available. So these are the two options in select field. Then last field is a data field, and it is a publisher field. So we successfully added our fields into article.type. Let's save this. Just go to show preview, and in preview here we can see all the fields are in a single column, and it is not looks good. So let's arrange this. Drag and drop description field to the bottom, and we can arrange these fields into two columns. So for that, let's click on this arrow. Now we can see all fields are in two columns. Let's preview, and now we can see all fields are in two columns. So here I am going to move this description field to a separate section. Let's click on this three dot, add a new section below, and just drag and drop here. So let's click on show preview, and now we can see description is in a separate section. We can also add different tabs in doc type form. So add a tab, just add a field. I'm adding a dummy here. Sorry, select a field data, and I am adding the field root here, and save this. Just click on show preview. Here we can see two tabs. First one is detail, and second one is tab 2. In tab 2 there is only one field, and which is root. Now let's see how to add an article document. So for that, just click on go to article list. This will open a new tab, and to add a new article, just click on add article. So here we can add an article name, just adding test. It's a mandatory field, so I'm not adding any values here. In tab 2 we can add roots, so I'm not doing anything. Just click on save. Now we successfully added test article into article doc type. So go to article, and you can see our article is present here. Let's go to documentation and see what's next. So next we will see that article documentation in our MariaDB console. So let's open MariaDB console again. Go to second tab, clear this, then paste. Now we are in MariaDB console. We can see the article doc type fields using disk command. So let's run this command, and here we can see the different fields associated with article doc type. So these are the fields: article name, image, author, description, ISBN, status, publisher, and root. And also we can see some other fields, default fields, like creation, modified, and modified by, then owner. That all fields are used for different purposes. Let's see what's next. Next, we will see how to show all article in MariaDB console. So we can run the command select star, then from tab article. So all doc types which is created by Frappe is prefixed with the tab. So you can see the tab before article. Go to console, then enter Q to exit from that previous section, then paste it, select all from tab article, enter, and here we can see our test article. um, Name is KCHN4J, some random number, then creation date, modify date, then owner, then doc status, and here we can see that article name test. Image is null because we didn't create select any image. Then author, description, that all are null. Status is by default issued, so that field is occupied with issue value. So let's queue and it will go back to MariaDB console. Let's see what's next. Another section is to check the status of library management application. So let's go to library management app and check git status. Open terminal. You can exit by using Control D. Now we are in library bench. Go to apps directory, then library management app. Clear this, then run the command git status u, and now we can see some untracked files which is created when we create a new doc type. The whole files are associated with our article doc type. So if you go to apps, then library management uh, module, inside this module we can see a doc type directory. Inside this doc type directory we can see our article doc type files. So if you open article, we can see the JS file. Right now we are not added any code to this file, so it is just like all are commented. Then article.json file, this file contains the structure of our article doc type, and article.py file is the Python controlling file, or we can say that backend controlling file. Right now this is also empty, there is no code present inside this, and we will add coding in a minute. So these are the files which is created when we create a doc type. So the path is very important. It is in library management root directory. Inside that we can see our library management application. So inside that library management application, this is our module, library management module. Inside this we can see doc type directory. Inside this doc type directory, here we can see different doc types. Right now we have only one doc type, and which is article. Let's see what's next. Next is doc type features. Go to doc type features. The first feature is naming. So let's see how to name the article. Here we are going to name articles based on article name. So if you go to article list, here you can see the ID is a random ID. So I don't want this ID here. Instead of that, I need article name as ID. So let's see how to do that. Go to article doc type, then settings, then here we can see the naming section. So I'm going to select by field name. So this option will help us to add the document naming using a field name. So we need to add that field name here. So go to form, and so I'm selecting article name, then this is the field name. Copy this, and here just add that field name. An extra space is there, so just remove that, then save it. Now we successfully changed it. Go to article list. So let's add some real article here. So I'm deleting this one. I'm adding one more article. which is rich dart poor dart. Then author Robert. Then ISBN number, available status, and publisher. Frappe App publisher. Then let's add some description, and it looks fine. So we successfully added 3 article. Save this, and if you go to that article list, we can see the ID is same as article name. So this is a naming feature. Next we will again go to that MyDB console. So MyDB, then select all from tab article. We can see our 3 articles here with some data. Next point is form layout, and in version 15 form layout is a little bit different. We have already seen that. Next one is form settings, and in form settings we can add image field and allow rename. So let's see how to do that. Before that, let's go to article and open an article. So here that image field is not visible, so let's see how to add that image field there. Go to settings, then go to form settings. So image field, we can add a field name here. So go to form, and this is our image field. So just copy that field name, then paste it inside this image field and save this. And now we can see that image on left side. So this image we can see here. So this is how we can add image field here. So next one is rename. We can see allow name is already checked. So let's go to this document, and here we can see rename option. So I am not changing this name. If you want to change this name, just add the new name and click on rename. So let's close this. So these are the doc type form settings. Next one is permission. We can add different roles to access this article document. So here we are going to add 2 roles. First one is librarian, and second one is library member. So let's do that. Right now in permission section, only one role is present. Let's add librarian. That role is not present. Just click on create a new role, and this will pop up this dialog box. I'm adding librarian name. Save this. So librarian can do some things in article doc types. You can read, write, create, delete, and also share, print, email, report, and export. So librarian should have all these permissions. Next one is library member. That role is also not present, so let's add that role. The library member don't want to create and delete, so let's uncheck this. And okay, we can also uncheck write options, because library member don't want to write. Then save this. Here we created 2 roles. First one is librarian and library member. Librarian can read, write, create, and delete articles, but library member can only read articles. So this is how we can add permission to this doc type. Let's see what's next. Next one is control method. So before that, we need to create a library member doc type. So let's see how to create library member doc type. Go to doc type list and add a doc type. Enter a doc type name library member. Module is library management. Continue. Here we can add different fields. Let's see that fields. First field is a data field. So let's click on add a new section, and field is data. Then field name is first name. Then second field is also data field, and it is last name, field name. Next one is a data field, and field name is full name. Read only field, so just click on read only, then click on show preview. You can see the fields. Then two more fields required, that is email address and phone number. So email address is data field. Email address. Then phone number is a special type field, so we can select phone here and add a field name phone. So on preview, here we can see the fields. So I'm just changing this into two columns. So in email address, just click on this arrow, so we can see the arrangements are in two columns. Then click on save. Go to library member list, and let's add a library member. Arun. Okay, sorry, Arun. Then last name is Kumar. Add an email address, admin.com. Here we can see a new field, which is a phone number field. So here we can see the country selection is enabled, so we can select our country. So click on save. It will throw an error, invalid phone number, because here we can see that 2 4 6 8 only 9 digits, we need 10 digits. Now we successfully saved our library member doc type. So we forgot to add naming here, so that's why it is showing a random name. So go to library member, and in naming I am just adding expression. So old style lm dot hash 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 hash. So let's save this. Go to library member list and add a new library member. Jack John. Okay, here we can see our new naming field, naming series is updated, and it starts from LM00001. Now let's add some server script to library member. Let's go to documentation, and here I am adding a simple server script, and this is just set up the full name using first name field and last name field. For that, let's open VS Code and just go to library member doc type. Here we can see library member.py file, and I'm adding the script here. just copy and paste it here. So add a tab. Here we can see some tab error. So press shift tab 2 times, then again add tab. So this will remove that error. Remove this pass from here and save this. Here we can see a before save event, and this event will trigger this small script before saving the data into database. This is just a simple script, and here we will fetch first name and last name, and then we will assign that to full name field. So let's see how it is working. Go to library member doc type, add a new one. Here that full name field is not present because it is a read-only field. We just check this field to read only, so that field is not present right now here. If there is any value on that field, it will show here. So let's see that field is working or not. Add a field, first name and last name, then click on save, and now here we can see the full name Jenny Jace. So that script is working fine. So we successfully completed our first server script. Let's go to the next section, type of doc types. Here we will create some more doc types. First one is library membership, and second one is libraries transaction, and also we will create library settings doc type. So we can start with library membership. Go to doc type list and add a doc type. Just add a name, library membership. This belongs to library management, and it is a submittable doc type. So just click on submittable, create and continue, then add fields. Let's see the fields. We need 5 fields. First one is library member, then second one is full name, third one is from date and to date, then fifth one is paid. So first field is a link field, so select link, and the field name is library member. It is linked to library member doc type. So in options, select library member. Then second field is full name. So it is a data field. So select data and full name. And this full name is fetched from library member. So we can do it easily. Fetch from section, and here we can't see the library member doc type because we haven't saved this document yet. So just save this and click on full name, then click on fetch from. Here we can see library member, select that, then library member. Okay, then here we can see a select field option. So I need full name field data in full name. So this will fetch when we select a library member, it will fetch that full name from that library member. Save this. Let's see that working. Go to library membership, add a library membership, then we can see the list of members present inside this. Select the second one, and here we can see the full name Jenny Jace. So if you go to that library member. Then here we can see the full name, so it is fetching from that link field. So it's a cool feature. And let's add some more field. Next one is from date. Sorry, it's a date field. First we need to select the date field type, then from date is the field name. Another field is also a date field, and it is a to date. Next one is a checkbox, so select check, and name is paid. Sorry, PAID, paid. So let's change the layout into 2 columns, then save this. Again go to library membership, refresh this, and here we can see the fields. First field is library member. Here we can see the library member and fetch full name, then select from date and to date. The whole idea of library membership doc type is very simple. We will select a member, and we will add a from date and to date. Then also we will add a check field if the member is paid or unpaid. So normally the membership is for sometimes for 1 month or 2 months. So this is just for checking whether the membership is active or not. So that's the whole idea about this library membership field. So we can save, and it's a submittable doc type, so we can submit this doc type. Once you submit this doc type, you can't edit the fields. So that's a specialty of submittable doc type. Here also that ID is a random value, so I'm going to change that thing. Let's see what's in documentation. So its naming series is lms dot hash 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 hash. So let's copy this and go to settings, then naming old style, then this will be the naming series. So go to save, and I'm just cancel this one, and let's delete and add a library membership. Okay, save, and here we can see our naming series is working fine. So we created library membership, and next one is we are adding a validation to library membership. So before submitting that library membership, we will check whether any active membership is there or not. Let's see how we can add this thing. So go to VS Code, and this is library member, then select library membership and Python file. Just copy and paste that code. Just align this thing. Here we can see some error. Just shift tab and again tab. That will resolve this thing. Okay, we need to import Frappe, and also we need to import doc status. So let's add that code here. Let's explain this code. Before submitting the form, it will run the script, and Frappe DB exist is used for find out that given condition document is exist or not. So if membership is exist, we will throw one error message, there is an active membership for this member. So this is the whole idea of this script. So let's save this, and go to library membership. So now this is in draft state. So let's add a membership for 1 month. So March 1st to March 31st. So status is paid, then save, then submit. Okay, let's add the same one more time, select the library member Jenny, then from date is 1, to date is 31st, and is paid. We can save this, no issue, because that event is triggered before submit. So let's try to submit this. It won't allow to submit because there is an active membership for this member. So let's see what's next. Next one is creating a library transaction doc type. So it contains 4 fields. First one is article, then library member, then type, and date of transaction. So let's create that doc type. Go to doc type list, then add a doc type, add library transaction, then should be transaction, should be in library management. It's also a submittable module. Then create, then add, first is a link field to article, then select option article, then second one is library member, sorry, it's also a link field, label is library member, library member. Another field is a select field, it's type, no option, issue and return. Issue and return. Another field is a date field, it is date of transaction. So let's split it into 2 columns. Save this. I'm adding a naming rule by old style. So in documentation, we are following one naming rule. I think it's LT, then hashes LT dot. Okay. Then this we can use role for librarian. Then save this. Then go to transaction list. Let's create our first transaction, alchemist, library member. We can select library member, type is issue, then date is today. Save it, and I'm not submitting this because in documentation we need to add some server side script. So here we can see library transaction 00001 is created. Now let's go to that script. First of all, I am just copying the script into my library transaction .py file. Just remove this all. Okay, save this. In this script, we are just checking 2 conditions before submitting each transaction. First of all, we need to check what type of transaction is submitting. So we have 2 types. We can either issue a book or we can return a book. So we need to add some validation on each stage. If the type is issue, we need to validate that issue. So it's a separate function, and it first check the membership is valid or not. So validate membership is another function. If valid membership is not present, this will throw an error, this member does not have a valid membership. So we are checking this membership first. So if we validate the membership, next thing is to check that article is already issued or not. So we can use this getDoc method to get that article, and we can check article status is issued or not. So here this is that article, and here we can see two statuses here. So if the status is issued, we can't reissue that books to a valid member, so it will throw an error. Article is already issued by another member. So validate issue is this, and if this error is not throwing, then what we will do is we will just change that article status to issued. So that is doing in this section. First we will validate issue, then validate membership. If membership is valid, we will check that article is available or not. If it is available, then we will change that status to issue. So the second condition, if the type is return, then again we will validate return function. That means it will check that article is available or not. So if this error is not there, what we will do is we will successfully return that book, and we will again change that article status to available. So go to library transaction list. So I am selecting the Alchemist. Let's go to article list, and Alchemist is available right now. So the type is issue, member is 0002, date is March 1st. I'm going to submit this. So it shows member does not have a valid membership. So in this period of time, the member does not have any membership. So go to membership, add a new membership from date February 1st to March 31st, paid, submit, and again go to issue list, date, submit. Before that, we need to check that book status is changed or not. Now if you go to Alchemist list, we can see the status is issued. Before it was available, so our code is working fine. Next let's check the return process. Article Alchemist, library member 002, it's a return, so return date is 2, save, then submit, and now we can successfully return this book. So if you go again to Alchemist, that status is available, so it is working as per our code. Let's go to documentation and see what's next. Next one is special type doc type, and it is library settings. It only have two fields. First one is loan period, and second one is maximum number of issued article. Let's create this doc type first. Go to doc type list and add a doc type, library settings. Okay, let's add two fields. Sorry, select module, library management. It's a single doc type, and create and continue. Here we can see a message: report cannot be set for single types, because report generation is not possible in single doc type. Let's add a new section, a field type integer, label is the loan period, another one is also integer, and field name is maximum number of articles. Save this and go to library settings. Here we can see a single doc type view, because the list view is not present. I am adding 20 days as loan period, and a maximum number of issued article is 2. So save this, and we will do some scripting later. So this is how we can add single doc type. Let's go to documentation, and next thing is we are going to change some script in library membership.py file. This is a small change, and here we are going to add that loan period to date. So this is a 2-line code. Let's copy this and open library membership, paste it in here, spaces just change to indent using tab 4. Now it is gone. So we are just adding that loan period to date. So let's see uh, how this is working. Before that, we need to change the code, because our library single doc type name is library setting, not settings. So just change here. It is my mistake. I just created that name library setting. We can see that here, library setting. So go to membership. I'm just adding membership for LM0001. Full name is not present because you go to library member, that full name field is missing, because we haven't created that script when we create this library member. So just forget that, and membership from March 1st. I'm not setting the to date. Then uh, click on submit, and here we can see the to date is automatically uh, generated, and it is 20 days after from date, because in library settings we just set the loan period is 20. So that's why we can see that 21st 3rd 2024 here. And we are using frappe db.get single value to fetch that value from a single doc type. So this function is frappe utils.addDays is used for adding a number of days into a particular date. So here we are adding 20 to this from date, and before submitting that we are just assigned to the to date field. So this is the code, and let's see what's next. Yeah, here we are adding validate maximal limit script to that library transaction field. This is another script. Let's copy and paste it inside library transaction script, just above validate membership. Okay, it's because tab size is 4. Change to space is 4. Okay, everything looks fine, and it is checking the maximum transaction limit is exceed or not. So uh, here we need to change library settings to library setting, and field name is not max article, because we have the field name a different one. So I'm changing that field name here. So this will check the count of transaction for that particular member. So for example, the maximum count right now we set up is 2, and if you are going to create a third transaction or third issue for that member, this will throw this error. So that's how this code is working. So let me check where this function is calling. Go to documentation. So validate maximum limit is calling in this condition, inside this condition. So just below this validate issue, we are just checking validate maximum limit. So right now let's go to transaction. Just go to create one more issue. Okay, this is already issued by another member. Just select that another file, that select and issue. Okay, it shows that error maximum limit raised for issuing article, because we are just set up this to 2. Let's say 4 and save it. Let's submit this again. There is no issue. We can add more issues to that particular member, so the code is working fine. Let's see what's next. Next one is form script, and in form script we are just basically creating two buttons to uh, two transactions. First one is for library membership, and second one is for library transaction. So it is easy to navigate from library member to library membership and library transaction by using this button. I'm just copying this part here, and go to library member JS file, just uncomment this, and refresh is already copied, remove that. Okay, then save this. So during refresh that form, we will add two custom buttons. So we can add custom buttons using this inbuilt Frappe method, frm.add custom button. Then we can add that button name and that functionality, because here when we click on create membership, this function will trigger, and this will navigate to the new doc function, frappe.new doc function, and the new doc is library membership, and we will just copy that library member name into library membership library member field. So we will see that thing. In the same way, we will add the second button, create transaction, and this will open a new doc, and we will just copy our library member name into library member field of library transaction. This is a simple script. Just go to library member, and right now we can't see any button here. Refresh, and here now we can see two buttons. For creating membership, just click on create membership, and this will open a new membership form, and the library member field already copied with that library member name. So if you go back, the name is LM0001. Let's open the second one. So this is LM0002 create membership, and this field is already occupied with that member name. In the same way, if you create transaction, this field is already occupied with library member name. So that's because we just added this line here. So this will automatically fetch and paste it inside this field. Looks fine. And next topic is web view pages. So let's see how we can create a web view. So we are going to create a web view in article. So first of all, we need to check has web view checkbox in doc type, and check allow guest to view. Then we need to add two things here. In root, we need to add articles, and is published field is published, and also need to create two fields inside this article doc type. We have already created root field, and now I am going to create the second field, published. So go to doc article, in settings we need to select has web view, and in root we already created root here. You go to tab 2, root field is already created. Copy and paste it inside this, and is published field is not there, so add a new field. It's a check field. published. Okay, save this and select that field name, published, and paste it inside here. Sorry, root is not root, it is articles. And click on allow guest to view, then save this. So this is it for web views. We just set up everything here, root, published, and things. Okay, let's open VS Code and go to article. Let me close this all. We can see a template directory, and inside this we can see article raw and article HTML. So these two files are used for creating web views. Before that, let's open article and refresh this. Let's open first one and in tab 2 check published and save. Now we successfully created that web view, and here you can see that root for this article, and also here you can see a see on website option. Just click on that, and now here we can see Wings of Fire web view. It is not a good one, so we will add some more stuff here. So let's close this and let's publish the other two. Okay, Alchemist and dot what dot published, save. So let's go to documentation, and I'm going to copy this code into article.html file. Just copy this, open article.html, just wipe out everything and paste this, and also article raw.html. Let's paste this thing. This is my article raw.html. Just paste this and go to article, then click on article, then see on website. Here you can see the magic. We can see that article name, then author name, then cover photo, then available or not, then publisher, then ISBN number, then the description. So it looks better. Let's go to the second one, see on website. So this is how the second one look like. This is all done by using web views. Just changing this HTML, we can change that web views. Let's see that raw view. For that, just remove the article name, and slash article will show the raw view, and here we can see that list of article with image and that author name. So if you want to add something here, below that ISBN number, just go to article raw and just down here, just copy this line and change to ISBN. This will fetch that ISBN number from each article and show it in raw view. Refresh this, and now here we can see that ISBN number. I'm going to just remove the by, because ISBN. So this will show ISBN number here. This is how we can add web views. Now we are going to see some additional topics, and they are how to create a workspace in version 15, then client-side script and server-side script creation in front end, and also we will see how to set up a simple report using report builder. So let's start learning. go to that workspace and refresh it. Let me close this all. Okay, we can create a workspace using this button, create workspace. So let's add a title, library, and it is a public workspace. We can choose a icon here. So I'm adding this icon. Then click on create. So this will create a workspace in the desk. Click on save. Now we successfully added our workspace. Now let's add some shortcuts and cards in this workspace. Click on edit, then click on this button. I am going to add a shortcut to library settings. So select doc type, then link to library settings doc type. I'm going to add a label, library settings, then add, and click on save. Here we can see the library settings shortcut. Click on this and it will directly navigate to library settings. Add some more shortcuts. Then shortcut to library member. Then adding one more to article. Just articles, then save. You click on article, it will go to the list view of different article. Let's add a card here. So before that, just add a spacer. So this will add a space between our shortcuts and all. So just drag to bottom, then click on this plus button and add a card. Let's add a label list or something. Then in card links, link type is doc type, link to article, then another one is doc type and it's to library member. Okay, that's fine. Click on save. Let's add one more card. The name is transactions. Inside this doc type, link to transactions, library transactions. Then so everything looks fine, and this is how you can create workspace in version 15. Now let's see how to add client-side scripting from front end. So for that, let's go to client script list. Here I'm going to add a client-side script in article doc type. So the idea is simple. I'm going to add a button to navigate to transactions. So let's add a client-side script, and name is article. You can add any name here, article. Then doc type is also article. So it's a form script. So let's select form, and in refresh event I'm going to add some script. This will create a custom button and navigate to library transaction. So this is a script. So now everything looks good, and this is a custom button. Name is create a transaction, and this will open a new library transaction document. Then copy the article name into article field of library transaction. Let's save this. Go to article, and we can't see that button here, so I think we forgot to enable this. So we need to enable this script and save it again. Go to article. Now also this is not present because we need to reload this. Yeah, now here we can see that create transaction button. So if you click on that button, this will automatically fetch that article name into article link field. From here we can select a library member, then a date, then save. So this is how we can use client-side script from front end. Next we will see how to add a server-side script from front end. So let's open server-side script list. Here also we can create a server-side script. Let's add a server-side script, and let's add a name, article, ISBN. So this script is mainly validating ISBN number, and if duplicate ISBN number is present, it will throw an error. And select article from here. Then I'm going to select doc type event before validate. So let's copy and paste my code. So this is the code. This is a simple code, and this Frappe method will check if there is any article with current article ISBN number is present. If yes, it will throw error, or otherwise no issues. We can access that current ISBN number using this keyword doc. So in Python we are using self, but in server script we can use doc. So each field we can access using doc dot that field name. So here I am accessing doc dot ISBN. So ISBN is the field name. Click on save. Then go to article. Just go to that workspace. Then go to article. So that article name for restart port is this one. Let me copy and create a new article. It's a test, and ISBN number I am just using the same one. So while saving, you will get this error, server script are disabled. So we need to enable server script first. So just click on the read documentation, and just run this command bench set config -g server script enable 1. So just copy that and go to VS Code. Just run the command inside from this library bench directory. Just enter. That's it. Then again go to article, reload, just name test, and sorry, just copy that again, article, new article, ISBN test, then click on save. Okay, we can see that the message ISBN number already exists, so it won't allow to save that document. If I change, I can save. So this is how we can create server script in front end. Next we will see a combination of both the client script and server script. So for that I am going to create a new button in article. Just go to doc types, then article. I am going to add a new field, and it is a button, and that field name is get issued count. Okay, save this, go to article list, and here we can see that button get issued count. So the idea is simple. When I click on this get issued count, it will show the count of this article issue. So for that, let's go to client script. I'm going to create another client script, and get count. The name is get count, and it's in article. This will trigger when that button is clicked. I just want to add some script here. So this is the button name. This is the button name, and when I click on that button, I'm calling a method, get article issue count method, and on callback, this will show a message, and the message is the article issue count is that counted value. So this is that script. Next, I want to create this get article issue count method in server script. So let's duplicate this, go to server script list, and add a new server script, name get count. It's not a doc type even, it's an API. So in method, just paste that get article issued count, then allow guest is equal to true. Then let's paste some code here. This is the code, and if you are using API script type, you can get that response in front end using this frappe.response.message object. We are using frappe.db.count method to get that count, and in filters we are just selecting that particular article, and type is issue, so it will return that issued article count in response. We can fetch that parameters from front end to back end using frappe.formDict, and here if you go to client script, you can see we are using article argument. So we are just fetching that using frappe.formDict.article. So this is how we can do the script. Click on save, everything looks fine, and this is enabled. Go to article list, then refresh, click on get issue count, and here we can see article issued count is 0 because we just created this test article. I'm going to rich data and poor data, get issued count. The article issued count is 1 because only one time we issued this article. Alchemist, the count is 2 because 2 times we had issued this article. Let's see how to create a report using Frappe's report builder. I'm going to create a report on library transactions. So go to library workspace, then click on library transactions. Here we can see list view. Go to report view, and you can see a simple report here. I'm adding some more columns. So to add column, go to menu, then select pick columns. Here you can see different fields associated with library transaction doc type. I just want to add a library member. Okay, I only just want to add a library member to this. Click on submit, and now we can see library members name here. So this is a simple report. Next, I am going to save this report. To save this report, just again go to menu, and here you can see an option save as. Click on that, and we can add a name, my transaction report, then click on submit. So it will create a report in report list. So on second tab, go to report list, and here you can see our new report, and the report type is report builder. If you go to client code, you can see a JSON code here, and this will return the report view just like this. If you have more reports, you can select report from this select box. Right now we have only one report, so let's create one more report. Let's go to menu and pick columns. I'm just removing date and status, then type. Only we need article and library member. So here we can see a small report. So let's save that. I'm adding a name report to, then submit. Here we can see two reports, report 2 and my transaction report. If you go to report list, these are the two reports associated with the library transaction. Again, go to list view, refresh it, then select report view. Here we can see default one, my transaction report, and the second report is not showing. Just reload it, and now we can see report 2 and report transactions. Finally, I hope that I covered all the topics which I described on the introduction. We have created a library management application and related doc types in Frappe version 15, and did some client-side scripting, server-side scripting. And also we had seen how to create a workspace, client-side scripting from front end, server-side scripting from front end, and also a small API calling using client and server script. And finally, we have seen how to create a simple report using a report builder option in Frappe. I hope that you will get a clear idea about library management application in version 15. Here I am winding up this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.